Alright, so I'm going to try and keep my word here. I told you I was going to show you some of my equipment and stuff. So this is Little Wolf Lake in northern Minnesota. Again, this is day number 3, August 28th, I believe, 2018. We're staying at the Viewpoint Resort, which is a beautiful resort. It's nice and quiet here this time of the year when the kids are getting ready to go back to school. In fact, we're the only ones in the resort this week. So the point there is very sandy. It's a nice place to go for a swim. Or what I do is take the dog out there and throw the ball, let him swim a little bit on nice hot days, which we haven't had any of this year, but in years past, that's what we've done. Every cabin comes with a boat lift. There's one. Here's ours, which happens to be covered, which is nice, seeing all the rain we've been getting. The cabin we're staying in, right there. There are, I think, 6 or 7 cabins here in this resort. It's not a 5-star resort by any means, but it is very nice and quiet, and it gets the job done. So, all right, let's step on board here and see what we can show you. So the boat is a 17, almost a 17-foot Lund. It's about 18 years old now, so it's a senior citizen. And the motor is a 90-horse Yamaha 2-stroke. And again, when I bought it, they didn't have a 90-horse 4-stroke. They had an 80, and that was more weight, more money. And so, 4-strokes were just kind of coming into their own at that point. So the kicker is an 8-horse. That is a 4-stroke. So it's this boat moves along the water quite well. I'm happy with them. Landing net, nice big landing net. If you're going to catch muskies, you need a big landing net or a fish cradle or something of that sort, so that you can safely get the fish in the boat and get the hooks removed and get them back in the water. Again, we advocate catch and release, so take your measurements, take your pictures, and get them back in the water quickly. There's one big tackle box with that has just basic, your hooks, lures, and things like that for bass, pike, walleye, whatever. Here's our tackle box for muskies. Let's see if we can't open it up here and show you just a sampling of what we got. Here is a believer, jointed believer. This has been one of the best lures on this lake. Has produced well in the past. We have back here Pose giant jackpot. Somewhere in here we have, I don't know if I can find it. We have an Invader. Those have worked good. We have some Rapala, giant shad wraps here. Many bucktails, as you can see. Double cowgirls and Musky Mayhem and a bunch of others. But at $20 a pop, it really adds up. So, like I said, for those of you starting out, what I did is I vowed to, every time I went fishing, is I would buy a new lure or two and spend 20, 30 bucks if I had it, and before long your inventory adds up. So you got to start somewhere, and I wouldn't by any means recommend going out and spending $500 right off the bat on lures unless you've got $500 of spendable income, disposable income. Boat comes with dual live wells. This is I don't know how wide this is. This goes the whole width of the boat, though. So this is, if you catch a nice big pike or something, you take somebody out for the first time and they've never caught a big pike, then maybe they want something for the wall. Again, you can do live mounts or you can do replicas, which are nice too. So at least that way the fish still lives. This is a rear live well, which is quite a bit smaller. It's good for panfish, crappies, sunnies, that sort of thing. maybe some walleyes. And let's see, we got, obviously safety equipment is a must. Fire extinguishers, life jackets. Console, we have a Lowrance HDS 9 with structure scan, down scan, chart plotter, all that good stuff. And on the front we have a Lowrance, I think it's a Hook 7X or 7S or something to that effect. Initially I wanted to go with a Lowrance HDS 9 on the bow and a Lowrance HDS 12 on the console, hook them up with an Ethernet cable and have them share one transducer. But that would have been over $1,000 bill more than what I could afford at the time. So this is what I got, and it works for me. Again, it's not the perfect system, but like I said, you got to do what you can afford. So the trolling motor is a Minn Kota Terova with iPilot. It has autopilot and spot lock, so it's got all the nice bells and whistles, which is nice. Trolling motors have come a long ways in the last I don't know, decade or so. So I really like this this motor. We have rod holders, we have rod lockers on both sides. The rods, these ones, the silver one, excuse me. The silver one is the first rod I bought. That is a, I don't know, I can tell you what it is. I think it's a Cabela's Special, maybe. Get it untangled here. Yeah, I think it's a Cabela's, I don't know, Pro Guide series or something. The other ones, one is I think it's a G. Loomis blank, and one is a St. Croix blank. Rods I made myself many years ago now. Reels are Abu Garcia Ambassadors. And I know some people have their issues with Ambassadors. I've always had good luck with them. And again, this is not what you have to use. This is just what I use. So even the reels aren't cheap, you know, they're $70 a pop or better. Probably at least when I bought them. I think there's probably some over $100 now, but anyway, line, I'm using Fire line on two of them. I want to say 20 or 30 pound test fire line. The other is the Cajun, and that's probably 20 pound too, I think. I can't remember. Some mono, and we have braided line on the others. I have some rods that are 8-footers for trolling, and I don't know, probably some at 7.5. I think these ones are 7 foot. And so I'm a big proponent of having lots of rods. I tailor the rod for whatever kind of fishing I'm doing, whether it's trolling, casting. And one, it makes it more enjoyable. And the other reason is that I don't like to have to retie lures if I decide to go trolling, or if I just, you know, whatever. So it's just easier to grab a different rod and keep fishing. Again, you don't have to do things the way I do them by any means, but this is just how I do it. It makes it easier and more enjoyable for me. Entertainment comes via stereo, Kenwood stereo. It has a CD, Bluetooth. We have, I don't have it hooked up right now, but we have Sirius XM on board, which is nice. It doesn't help catch fish, but it helps with the enjoyment level when you're having those slow times. And I guarantee you, during you go musky fishing long enough, you're going to have many a slow times. Anyway, that's kind of what we got. And I don't know if I mentioned before, the orange cord is for a dual bank onboard battery charger, so I can charge up both my batteries. Trolling motor battery and main battery at the same time, which is nice. I definitely need it. You know, if you spend enough time using a trolling motor, that way I don't have to haul a battery charger out here all the time. So As my uncle used to say, you can't catch fish sitting in the cabin. So I'm going to stop this here and get ready to head out. So you guys take care, and hopefully we'll see you in a little bit.